Fellas, sometimes telling the truth is better than being right. Telling the truth is better than being right. And I know it's very difficult to grasp. Telling the truth, even if it doesn't go on your favor, is better than being right. And this is something that's very difficult to many African people. We just want to be right and not look at fact. We will blame the colonialist for A, B, C, D, but we will never talk about the fact that we sold each other. Some people will attack you for saying that. Are you repeating the imperialist rhetoric? No. You need to do investigation, my brother. Africa has a history that's very diverse. In some places, Africans didn't sell each other to the colonialists. In some other places, they did. Matter of fact, they helped and made it very easy for them. Let me ask you a question, a very simple one. How can you imagine, they say Europeans came with boats and ships. Let's say 10 ships come to the continent. How can people in 10 ships take millions of people to slavery without the help of the local? Let's say 100 ships. How can people in 100 ships defeat millions of people? It's not possible. Number two, how can people that are mentally very strong accept to go and perish in slavery? It's not possible. How can you as a person who are being told if you don't move, we're going to shoot you. You're going to go forever, but you know you're going forever. You're never going to see your family ever again. Accept to go on that ship. It doesn't make sense. You know what makes sense? What makes sense is the leaders of some tribes promising to the people, listen, you're just going for a few months. Don't worry, you're not going forever. You're just going to work in a sugarcane for a few months, then you'll come back, then they'll take out the people. Yes. That makes more sense for a strong human being to say, you know what, don't worry, I'm just going for a few months, I'll be back. Right? How does it make sense to you, number two, that people coming from a different continent enter the African continent, so fighting against malaria, all these other disease, tropical disease, to go find black people in the bush and take them away in millions without the help of the locals? It's not possible. And you see Pan-Africanism, you're repeating the rhetoric of the imperialists. You need to polish your knowledge. The bottom line is, in Africa, unfortunately, some tribes helped the colonialists to go get other tribes, rival tribes in most cases, take them away into slavery. It's happened in Congo-Brazzaville. It's happened in West Africa. It's happened in many places. And I know it's a very sad part of the story, but it's a part of the story that needs to be told. Just like I said earlier, sometimes telling the truth is better than being right. What's up, everybody? I hope you're doing good. It's a beautiful day. Thank you very much for stopping by. You appreciate it. Hey, you're welcome. This is family. I see you from all over the place. I know lots of you watching us from the United States of America. We can see you on the stat. We respect you. We see you. We love you. Let me say it. We love you. Okay? Don't listen to the naysayers and all these other people telling you, yeah, Americans. No. If you heard an African person talking stupid about Americans, he doesn't represent all Africans. Absolutely not. Okay? We don't even get along, all of us. No, we don't. Same as you. You don't get along with all African Americans, do you? No. Some people, you look at them like, this is a low-life mother of fuck. Let's go at it. So today, we're talking about something very interesting. My computer just died. Now I'm very confused. I don't know what to say. I forgot what I was talking about today. Great stuff. I remember now. Okay. So today we're talking about the fact that Africans do negative things to Africans. We're going to try to run this very, very fast because we do. You know, don't we do bad things to each other? We do a lot of it, okay? As much as we're all fighting for freedom now, it's great. It's a good initiative. But we should not forget the negative things we do to each other. Why African nations are so greedy about power? Why can't African people let other people run for election fairly, win if they win and lose if they lose? Have you noticed that in many African countries, when the opposition is strong, they'll find excuses to disqualify them for the general and presidential elections? Have you noticed that many opposition leaders in Africa just close to the election are thrown in jail for some reason nobody can understand? Let's find this out very quickly. Well, this is Côte d'Ivoire. You remember Côte d'Ivoire? This is President Ouattara. You remember this guy? Okay, you see him with Langley, General Langley. You see now, do you remember now? Yes, this is a president that doesn't necessarily get along with Ibrahim Traore and all these people. He doesn't like, taking power over force. That's what he said. He doesn't like that. But some people believe the reason why he doesn't like that is because he's been running the country for quite some time and he doesn't want to encourage his own people to stand up against the government. So without going necessarily through democratical process procedures. Now, the question you're asking yourself, why can't these countries go through democracy procedures? Well, there's a big problem here, my brother. The problem is democratic elections don't work at least 90% of times in Africa, because the bottom line is the party in power will do everything within its power to make sure that they win. So they will cheat. They will put extra ballots. They will put extra vote for themselves. So people are getting tired. Okay, you're running the country to the gutter, but you still want to run and win elections, and you don't have limits, because this is one of the problems with Africans. They have no limits. Constitutions say you run 2 terms. After the second term, you still want to change the constitution so you can stay for the third term for 15 years. It's crazy. That's why people are standing up and fighting. Now let's find out what's happening in Côte d'Ivoire. In Côte d'Ivoire, 4 prominent opposition figures have been excluded for the final electoral list. Imagine, 4 people that are the most wanted, the most followed, the most respected have been excluded. Is this by mistake? Is this by chance? We're going to find out this. The contest is happening in October for the presidential election in Côte d'Ivoire. So we're going to find out some figures and perhaps understand why. This is not just happening in Côte d'Ivoire, in many African nations. We're going to find out now, do Africans want other Africans to do good? Let's see. The first person to be dismissed. Now, who is this person? Thiam is a distinguished Ivorian businessman and political figure known for his significant role in both private and public sector. So the guy he's respected. He's one of the smartest guy Côte d'Ivoire, and we're going to find out why. The man is born in 1962 and hails from a family with deep political ties. We're going to find out why. His mother's name was Marietou Sow. She was the niece of Félix Houphouët-Boigny. You know who this person is? Félix Houphouët-Boigny was the first president of Ivory Coast. This man right here, he was a bit of a freedom fighter, if you want, like a national fight, like your Nelson Mandela, your Lumumba, your Thomas Sankara of Burkina Faso. His mother is the niece of this person. The man is very experienced economically. He worked for Credit Suisse from 2015 to 2020. He served as a CEO of Credit Suisse. Credit Suisse is one of the world's largest and most influential banks, particularly known for wealth management services to high net worth individuals. So imagine this guy, a black man from Ivory Coast, CEO of Credit Suisse, that manages rich people's money. It provides financial advisory, capital raising, and trading services for corporation, government, and institutional investors. They provide advice in capital raising, to trade services, corporation, and government. It's led by a black man. If you want to be inspired, this is an inspiration. And how did he get all that? You're probably asking yourself, because you know the world is run by a group of people. Black men are not given opportunity. How is this possible? Credit Suisse is a top-tier Swiss bank specializing in investment and wealth management, serving clients globally with a broad range of financial services. And as you would imagine, fellas, Thiam is the first black CEO of Credit Suisse. Not just Credit Suisse. Matter of fact, he's the first black CEO of a FTS 100 company. Okay, these are biggest companies into stock market. First black CEO. Congratulations, Piga my coffee. Yes, we need to celebrate this. And you're probably asking yourself, how is this possible? Well, the guy went to France a long time ago. Went to France and he studied. He's a graduate from prestigious institutions, including the École of Polytechnique and the École Nationale Supérieure de Mines of Paris. So the guy graduated in a way that is outstanding, like some of the best students in these very high-level schools. He is French as well. He acquired his French citizenship in 1987. This is exactly the reason why they pushed him away from the race to presidency. Yes, he's French too. How did he become French? He became French through his intelligence. You know, the fact that he went to the very special, prestigious schools in France and was one of the toppest students, that was part of the element that was required for him to become a French citizen. Just imagine, they select an African man into becoming French citizen because he's smart, and later on he becomes CEO of Credit Suisse. Piga my coffee. Now, this is what he said. My elimination from the electoral list is sad, but eloquent example of Ivory Coast drift towards total absence of democracy. So, he's telling you this shows that democracy is gone. Now, why has he been dismissed? He's been dismissed from the race because he doesn't have a French nationality. Now, he released his French nationality. I mean, you would ask yourself, how is that a problem? Yes, Côte d'Ivoire, unfortunately, is one of those countries that do not allow you to have 2 nationalities as an adult. Is it unfair? Article 48 of the Ivorian Nationality Code say that any Ivorian who voluntarily acquires another nationality is considered to have automatically renounced Ivorian nationalities. There are obviously exceptions to this. For a woman, for example, who marries somebody from another country, then you can keep your nationality to some extent, or from a child who's born in such marriage. But by the time he turns 21, he has to choose if he's going to be Ivorian or not. Now, this man did release his French citizenship in January when he was officially candidate to presidency. And some people are saying, well, it was too late. I mean, by the time you applied to be candidate, you were still French. So the law still uphold. But on the other side, he's lost his nationality. Now, what happens here? Okay. When you lose nationality as a French, unfortunately, it's like they lead you on, you release your nationality, you're not French anymore. You want to be, Ivorian 100%, then sorry, you still cannot pass the election because you were French national anyway. By the time you applied, you were still French. It wasn't cancelled in France yet. So you're not eligible. So the bottom line is losing nationality as a French means you lose consular protection. Okay, so if you do something in Ivory Coast, the French consulate will not do anything for you. Number two, you lose the ability to live and work in France. It's done. It's over. So no more going back to France. Now you are subjected to the Ivorian rules and laws. So if you do something funny or you don't even do anything funny, they cannot price you correctly. So it was a game. It was a win or lose. You're going to release your French nationality to probably become president in your country, or you're going to lose everything. It looks like he's lost everything. Now, let me see some other prominent candidate that's been cancelled. There's Laurent Gbagbo. Laurent Gbagbo is this man right here. He's been president before in Côte d'Ivoire, but he was very slowly moving Côte d'Ivoire towards independence. Didn't want Côte d'Ivoire to be subjected to any influence from external powers. Côte d'Ivoire is one of those countries that was colonized by France, as you can see, same as many other countries. Now, Laurent Gbagbo did not want France to be involved in Côte d'Ivoire's things. He felt like France was breaching its authority by getting itself involved in matters that concerns Côte d'Ivoire. And the French didn't like him anymore. Okay, the French liked the president that you see right now, this man here, Ouattara. And what happened is they went through elections in 2011. Okay, after the elections in 2011, Ouattara won the election officially, and this man, Laurent Gbagbo, says, no, I don't think he won. I think we need to recount the ballot. I'm not asking for anything. I'm just asking for the votes to be recounted. Guess what happened? Yes, the French took helicopters and went to bomb his palace. Yes, brothers. France took helicopters and bombed a president of a republic's palace, destroying weapons and stuff like that. They said they were doing that in the name of the United Nations to protect the people. Can you do that in what country in Europe? Because obviously French soldiers are stationed in many countries next to that, including Côte d'Ivoire. They just flew from a base and bombed the president's house because we don't like the president. That's other people, foreign nations, the situation. Crazy stuff. What was the man asking? Was he 100% right? No, absolutely not. Did he make mistakes? Yes, he made mistakes. But did he deserve to be bombed in his house by a foreign nation's force? I don't know about that. So Ouattara, who's the president right now, has been in power since 2011. So even though Côte d'Ivoire is 5 years election, he's been there since 2011, as you can see. And the term is only 5 years. You do the math. Now they're going through the election. That guy's been banned. He's not going to be part of it. They say he's not going to be part of this because he was the reason why many people were unalive in Côte d'Ivoire at the time. The bottom line is, he was accused by the ICC at the time. After he was overthrown, Ouattara and his people sent him to The Hague in ICC to be judged. Many people hoped that he was going to go to jail for the rest of his life. But when he got to the ICC, he was acquitted. ICC said, well, I see you didn't commit any war crimes or any criminal activity that deserve you to be here because he went through the processes.
The prosecutor has failed to satisfy the burden of proof to the requisite standard as foreseen in Article 66 of the Rome Statute. Grants the defense motions for acquittal from all charges against Mr. Laurent Gbagbo and Mr. Charles Blé Goudé.
So he was freed. But in the same time, Côte d'Ivoire still condemned him in absentia for some reason. So they say, because we condemned you at that time in absentia, even though the ICC has acquitted you, you're not eligible for presidency. The same thing has happened to Blé Goudé, who was a youth minister at the time and a good supporter of Laurent Gbagbo. He also was sent to the ICC. Now he wants to run for presidential election. They say he's not going to do that because he's not eligible, even though the ICC acquitted him. So this is what it is, fellas, in Africa. In most cases, this is what happens. Once you want to go through the election, the party in power will do whatever they can to throw other people in jail so they can stay. So we have many questions to ask, Is Africa actually safe for Africans? You open your mouth and there's something about this president right now. They're gonna put objects in your behind. I'm telling you. That's how it's. Yeah. Are these people white people? I don't know. Well, let's go to Tanzania. This is Tanzania. It's a beautiful place, lovely people. One of the best places I've seen in Africa. I love Tanzania. I love Tanzania big time. I love it. I'm actually going to Tanzania again very, very soon. Now in Tanzania, there was a man named Tundu Lissu. Okay, Tundu Lissu, I know I made his name right there. Tundu Lissu is a leader of Tanzania main opposition, Chadema. He was arrested in April 9, 2025 during a rally in Mbinga, southern Tanzania. The government charged him with treason and publishing false information, alleging he incited rebellion through his calls for electoral reforms ahead of the October 2025 election. So, they're accusing him of inciting rebellion through his call for electoral reforms. Do you understand English? Electoral reforms, meaning you need to do some changes that should be fair to everybody. That is what they call him traitor for. That's what he's going to jail for. And now, human rights people say that Lissu's arrest is part of a broader crackdown on opposition figures. I didn't know these things happened in Tanzania. I know Tanzania to be one of the best countries ever. I didn't know. They're talking, these are human rights speaking. They say there are disappearances, arrests that are not recorded. I don't know if this is truth, but this is human rights speaking, and I'm hurt because I love Tanzania. Now, what did this guy want? Lissu has declared that his party will not participate in the election unless substantial reforms are implemented. He advocates for new democratic constitution and independent electoral commission. So apparently the man wants things to be more transparent. Lissu wants to transfer power from central government to provincial and local government, so creating smaller government so the power is not centralized to the same person. Number 3, apparently he wants merit-based appointment. He seeks to end nepotism and favoritism in public services appointment by implementing stringent merits based on criteria. I know what I'm saying here. I'm reading what they're saying. I don't know if this is 100% true or this is the only thing he's done wrong. I love Tanzania. I want to visit Tanzania. I don't want to be stopped by immigration and say, oh, you're talking negative about the country. I'm not talking negative about the country. I'm just sad that us Africans are doing this to each other. I'm sure we could deal with this differently. You don't have to beat somebody up and throw him in jail. I don't know if these reports are correct because you want things to be done in a more transparent way. I don't know if there's other things that I don't understand, but if it is only asking, let's do things in a transparent way. Let's not do nepotism. Let's not give jobs and opportunities to people that are related to us, family-wise, and give people that are actually experienced. I don't know if he deserves to be mistreated. That's what it is, fellas. I'm always going to bring it to you in a way that is absolutely clear so we can all understand. And I know it doesn't always sound good. Yeah, it doesn't have to always sound good because that's life. To finish on a good note, South Africa, some areas are experiencing snowfall. Yeah, snowfall in Africa, brother. That is beautiful to see. It's wonderful, but unfortunately also, it has created some havoc where, let me maybe not talk about that now. Finish on a good note. God bless.